If you have no Bushman ancestry, you will probably not find the Kalahari Desert attractive. There are no large airlines providing flights to this destination. Rock stars don't have any local venues in their tour schedules, and getting stuck in a traffic jam around here is as hard as finding a Michelin restaurant, and a simple toilet is also a rare thing here. But if you are deeply interested by manganese ore, this is just the place for you. The manganese deposits in the Hotazol zone are known as the Kalahari Manganese Field. They usually look like horizons layered one upon another, having been formed around 2 billion years ago. They were discovered only in the mid-20th century. On average, manganese has a rather shallow depth of occurrence, which guarantees the high quality of the ore, in addition to the possibility of producing it through open-pit mining.
Typically on your shallow areas where your manganese lies directly underneath the Kalahari, which we refer to as the sub-outcrop area, processes of supergene enrichment replaces the carbonates within the ores and thereby enriches soil from a 36 to about 42 to 45%.
This is where 80% of the world's high-quality manganese deposits are concentrated. The size of the ore field is 30 by 45 kilometers. Approximately 30% of this area is covered by licenses held by the Russian South African Consortium, UMK, a joint project of the Renova Group, and South African Majestic Silver Trading, the fourth largest manganese producer in the world.
The ore body at UMK Mineral Holdings, the shallowest is at 5 meters, which is in the area where we're currently standing. Due to the depth on the ore body of 7 degrees, your depth increased by about 12 meters for every 100 meters. To give you an idea, the shaft that you see in the background there is about 10 kilometers away.
Since most of the deposit area is covered by the Kalahari sands, exploration is possible only by applying geophysical methods.
To find manganese in the Kalahari Manganese Basin, you require an aeromagnetic survey as a start. That can be followed up with a ground magnetic survey, after which your target generated from these surveys will then be drilled on a grid.
For a field to be acknowledged as being unique, it should contain about 1 billion tons of ore, with a percent composition of manganese being at least 35%. Not everybody is able to comply with such a screening parameter.
Most manganese fields contain ores with up to 30% composition. Such ores are practically not suitable for industrial production without roughing. Moreover, such ores are not suitable for export. As a rule, ores with over 35% composition are required for export purposes.
In order to maintain a constant grade with our customers, we use the high-grade ores, which you can see a sample here, and we will blend that according to the predetermined ratios with the low-grade ore that we see here, in order to obtain a 37.5 blend. If you look at the low-grade ores, you will see all these white lines. These are carbonate bands, also called Kutna orite. This is the primary ore type that you get in the Kalahari Manganese Basin.
Once the manganese is exposed, then we start again with the drilling, blasting process. We load that manganese, transport on the trucks to what we call a run-off mine stockpile. Once that material has been crushed and screened, it gets transported and offloaded to an area which we call a product stockpile. Then the quality of manganese will be known. Size will be determined of the sizing variation in the dump and the quality of the manganese. And then once again that material is again then loaded into the conveyor belt that feeds into the silo, and that silo discharges into the train. The capacity of the silo is 4,000 tons. Our main line is to Port Elizabeth, where we using 104 wagon, and then we load in 6,552 tons that train.
In March 2013, the temporary scheme will be fully replaced. A new plant is already built, and currently the testing and adjustment phase is nearing completion. Yet the key bottleneck factor for boosting manganese production at UMK is the local railroad's low throughput capacity. And since 90% of the manganese is used for the production of ferroalloys, then one solution to the transportation problem could be refining ore in situ. For this purpose, Renova acquired Transalloys, a plant producing ferroalloys in the suburbs of Johannesburg.
Besides UMK in South Africa, Renova owns the ferroalloy plant Transalloys, which as of today refines about 15% of all produced ore.
Since 2007, Renova has increased Transalloy's production capacity by 45%. Having used its optimization potential to the full extent, further growth is possible only through increasing production.
We currently have initiated the Bank of Feasibility study on the construction of 2 new modern high-production furnaces at Transalloy and its satellite agglomeration plant at UMK. Investment in this project is estimated at over $200 million. This will double ferroalloy production at Transalloys and consequently double ore supplies from UMK to Transalloys.
Our exploration activities, which are still underway, have already helped us to discover over 280 million tons of manganese resources. After the new infrastructure is put into operation at UMK, the volume of ore should be sufficient to ensure production for almost 100 years.